So I will introduce everybody from the top, and then we'll just get right to it. Okay, we have, hopefully I said your name right, Pedro Abramovay. I don't speak Portuguese. Pedro is the Vice President of Programs at Open Society Foundations and the former Special Advisor of the Minister of Justice for Brazil. And of course, we have the Honorable Foreign Minister of Spain, José Manuel Albares. My Spanish okay there? We're very honored to have you here. He was also the former Secretary General for International Affairs for the European Union. And then we also have the Honorable Tanja Fajon. I got that right? The Minister of Foreign Affairs and European Affairs for Slovenia. And Susana Malcorra, who is the former Foreign Minister of Argentina and Chef de Cabinet of the Executive Office at the UN under Ban Ki-moon. She's also the co-founder and president of GWL Voices. And then we have Abdulaziz Sager, the founder and chairman of Gulf Research Center, and a Saudi strategic expert specializing in international politics and regional security. So, if anybody knows right now, the world order is shifting in Arab states. The Strait of Hormuz has impacted the entire supply chain, energy, food insecurity in places like Africa right now, as we're seeing. It's also put pressure on so many of these Arab states that I think many thought were endlessly powerful given the oil reserves. How do you see the shift in power in the Arab states right now, and where do you see it going given the wars and obviously what's happening with Iran?
Well, first, I'm very pleased and happy to be in second home for me. I call it Spain. It's a great country. We have a very special relation historically between the Arab world and Spain. So I'm happy to be home. I think we were all surprised by the reaction the Iranians have taken, and that's because of the absence of the international law. There is no respect for the international law. This is supposed to be a passage that cannot be controlled by any country or cannot impose any tariff in it or cannot disturb any shipment. 20% of the energy that goes to the rest of the world passes through that one. Yet we have Iran insisted to close it. And now we have the second term, which is sanction on the sanctioner. In other words, if Iran tried to impose sanction on the Strait of Hormuz, the Americans are imposing sanction on the Iranian goods, vessels, and movement. And this is why today there was maybe 2 or 3 vessels that have passed through that one. Why is that happening? Because we have no more balance. We have no more real order in the world where we have a balance. We used to have Soviet Union at the Cold War era. There is somebody bearing in mind something. And now we have a single decision. They're free to do anything. They respect the law inside the U.S. and it's been implemented. But when it goes outside the U.S., they just take it and they get carried away with anything they like, starting from 2003, 2001 in Afghanistan, going all the way to the first war that was imposed in the 2 weeks in June last year, to this war. So it's a single decision, has no basis for anything. Region were not consulted, by the way. Region, they were not asked their opinion. The U.S. decided with Israel to go and launch the war without having to consult the region, without having to ask the region, what do you feel, and the consequences that we see. So today, this is a result of a single decision, no balance of power, no order in place, really, and then trusting we live today in an era where we have to look to the tweet and see what the president is going to say. We don't live in an era where we respect the international law. We know how things will go, and then the different power, the right of people, and in all different levels, international law has not been respected, unfortunately. So this is the result of that one, and the whole globe is paying the cost of such a decision for that one. We're not endorsing Iran nuclear program, by the way. We are always against the Iran nuclear program. We're not endorsing the long-range missiles policy that Iran have adopted. We're not endorsing any interventionist or expansionist policy by supporting militia anywhere. All of that, we are totally against it. But at the same time, we felt that dealing with such an issue would need to have a different approach. We need to see, we understand the US are part of the regional security. They're part and parcel. They are involved in every conflict in the region. But at the same time, that does not mean you go full-fledged and do everything you want without the region being involved in that. I don't know what to add after all the good statement has been said by the distinguished panelists, but I think we will all emphasize that to have a single player worldwide will be difficult. I mean, look at today, Europe in need of the US because of Ukraine. Russia today under sanction, they can't move. China has been put under tough situation with regard to their tariff and with regard to the oil supply and their energy requirement. By the way, 4 million barrels a day comes out of the Gulf to China, 1.5 comes out of Iran. So literally more than 55% of China import of oil come out of the Strait of Hormuz. And to have a single player and a single decision deciding and determining how the rest of the world can see it, I think it's quite dangerous, and I think we need to have a collective effort between those whom they believe. And we need to have enough resilience from our side, and we need to build our own strength together to put, we have lost the history of the balance of power. We lost the history of the resistance we've lost a lot of these things. I think we need to put it back again together. We need to have countries and government whom they believe in that and people whom they believe in that. Otherwise, they're just going to do whatever they like, and then the only thing we are supposed to do is to obey the order and listen to that. Thank you.